Hey everybody. Yeah, I haven't filmed in like probably like 6 months actually. I think it's been a really longer maybe almost a year at this point, which is insane, but I look pretty different from the last time I posted. Duh. Anyways, what's new? I moved into a house. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment for about a year by myself, and then I moved into a house because I run a small business and I just needed the space. I live with my boyfriend Mikey, 3 cats, and then I have a little dog, Mr. Bugs. Yeah, anyways, those are pretty much the biggest changes. And then also I got so many tattoos, which is why I'm finally filming this. I love tattoo videos. I've seen most of the tattoo tours that are available on this platform, so I figured, hey, let me just sprinkle myself in the mix. I do feel like I have pretty unique tattoos, and that's not like nothing that I control, real. I mean, ish. God, this is so complicated. I do this thing where like if I feel like I'm not being interesting enough, I'll just not say anything at all. I have this really deep fear that I'm not interesting enough as a person. Like, I don't care about being pretty. I don't care about being funny per se. But if I'm not interesting, that like really a deep-rooted insecurity. I don't really know what that's about. So if you have any suggestions, just let me know. What the fuck was I saying? Okay, I'm just gonna get into it because I already know I'm gonna be talking my little heart out in this video, so yeah. I'm not gonna actually go into the tour just quite yet. I'm gonna do a couple prefaces, disclaimers, if you will. I have a lot of tattoos, and they have definitely been a huge investment for me in the last 3.5 years or so. I'm not gonna be sharing prices because, to be quite honest with you, I don't really want to add up how much I've spent. It's probably an insane amount. Not even that like that would be a gauge anyways, because every area is different. Like New York tattoos are more expensive than Texas tattoos. Every artist is different. So for everyone's sake, I'm not including prices. What else? Oh, I think I have a very specific type of art style that I like, but I'm not necessarily drawn to a particular subject, if that makes sense. For almost all of my designs, they're either flash pieces that the artist just drew up, or oh God, I'm like out of breath. Why am I nervous? Please. I don't know why I'm so stressed out. I think I'm not used to hearing myself talk, actually. I'm just gonna go top to bottom. I'm gonna start with my right arm, as this is the most full part of my body. These thorns on my chest and on my shoulder, they were just filler. I had bigger pieces around, and so I just wanted some type of filler. They were free-handed by an artist named KT. They work out of Fort Worth now, but at the time they were working out of Dallas, and it healed really great. The black, it hasn't had a touch up, and the black really like stayed in. They really did a good job. Starts kind of here, goes around. It's kind of broken in some pieces, some areas, just to fit the space better, and then like it kind of goes up my neck a little bit. Okay, next thing I have my Borzoi piece by Rotten Hannah. This is one of Hannah's flash pieces. I decided right here because it kind of like caps the shoulder really well. And it is a Borzoi, but I think it's kind of cute that it almost matches Bugs. It kind of looks like a dachshund as well. Hannah's style is super cool. I have a lot of pieces from her, so watch out. This is also from Hannah, also part of her flash. And then I have this little trash bag. It says no thanks. It was from a flash event. I'm actually gonna get this covered up soon. Only because, okay, you guys, just bear with me. I'm not a huge fan of this area. I think the composition's a little funky for my taste. I think it's just not dark enough. We don't know what's gonna happen yet. I'm kind of letting my artist decide what they want to do. I have my Bird of Paradise flower on my ditch. It actually blew out pretty bad the first time I got it done, and then I went back to get it touched up. I have this tulip by Ella. Ella is one of my favorite artists of all time. They're so insane, and their art is just so unique and just Literally everything they've ever done, I want on my body. This is like 2.5 years old and it looks really great. This is my first big piece, my peony on my forearm. I have a whole video about this, so if you want to learn more about it or watch me getting it done, it was a long time ago. I'm pretty different then, but I really love this still. I'm really happy with myself. I think I picked a really good placement. This artist is really cool. She doesn't live here anymore. I mean, she worked out of Tulsa and I went to school in Oklahoma City before I dropped out. But now she works somewhere in Chicago, I'm pretty sure, but she's great. And so love this peony. Then I have this little dragonfly on my wrist. I just like the placement of it a lot. I think it's really like flattering. And then I got this heart mug. This is also a piece of flash from Willow. I forgot to say, but Willow did my dragonfly. Now it's my hand, which is, I had a lot of thoughts about this. When I first started getting tattooed, I knew I wanted to be like heavily tattooed, but I didn't think that I would want to get my hands done or my neck done because I do like having the option of not looking tattooed in public. And then I started working from home and I don't see myself ever not working from home and like having my own business. So that was kind of the only thing holding me back from getting a hand piece. And so I decided this summer that I'm just going to do it. I got a horse. Rita did this. She's really awesome. I actually want to get some more pieces from her. I love horses. I was a horse girl for most of my childhood. All my classmates knew me just to be able to draw horses. Like they knew that I could draw a horse, and that was pretty much all I got out of elementary school. Also, technically, this is upside down. Like your hand, the traditionally right way to tattoo would be when your hand is down, like the horse would have to be like flipped. So it's like to other people, it'd be right side up. But it fits the area better like this, like the shape of the horse fits my hand better like this. And also I'm looking at my hand more than anybody else in the entire world. Anyways, so I got that in like August, and then I had all this like open space on my knuckles, and then I had this like gap in between the dragonfly and the horse right there. So I asked Jan, who is also one of my favorite artists, she's insanely talented, I asked her to do like a filler thing, and so like I suggested chain or thorns, and then we decided to go with chains. All right, now going to my chest. I have a butterfly and rose thing from a chest piece from Rotten Hannah. This hurts so bad. I feel like I have a really good pain tolerance, and for the most part I sit pretty well, but I was not sitting okay for this one. I was twitching like a bitch. It hurt too bad. After I got this, I started feeling really tattooed because it kind of shows in most of the shirts that I wear. It's probably one of the most commented things, if not the most commented tattoo that like people will stop me and ask me about it. And by people, mostly men, which is really fucking annoying. Story time. So I'm renting my house, right? This is an older house, so the closet is kind of broken, like the curtain rod. So I like sent in a maintenance request to get it fixed. The maintenance man was working in the closet, and I was like in there working because it was the closet in my studio. He was talking to me, and then he like saw my chest tattoo, and he's like, "Oh, how much did that hurt?" I said, kind of a lot. Yeah, it hurt kind of a good amount. And he said, "Yeah, mine did too." Lifts up his shirt. I completely see like everything, like his nipples. And I knew he just wanted to show me the tattoos, but I did not consent to that. And I felt really weird because he wasn't even done with whatever he was doing. He had to stay in my house for a little bit longer, and I had just seen his chest. And that's just kind of how it goes. Like, I feel like there's a lot of men that are just weirdly comfortable with talking to me. I have these two flowers, also flash from this artist. And now to my left arm, I have this floral situation on my shoulder. He is really cool. She does a lot of like celestial abstract work, and she freehanded this on me. It hurts so bad. Basically the machine she uses is a coil machine, and I think she uses a really big mag. I was twitching through this also pretty bad. Okay, next tattoo are these shares. You guys, I'm not gonna share the artist on this one because I want to get these removed really bad or covered up or something. I don't know. Just a mistake. I don't think it would bother me so much if it wasn't like right in the middle of my arm. A couple summers ago, my friend went to Austin to get tattooed by this person, and I think they were like a private, like they were kind of like a self-taught artist, or their roommate is a tattoo artist, and so they just like learned tattooing from them. And then was doing tattoos like out of their bedroom. I didn't know it was gonna be out of their bedroom until we got there, which is fine. I don't have a problem with getting like as long as like a person is clean, like, it doesn't bother me. But this person was belligerently high while giving me this tattoo. We were basically like hotboxing in this room. We were sitting on this person's bed while they were tattooing someone else. We were there all day. This probably took like an hour and a half, which is insane because it's just line work, but I'm positive it was because this person was so high. It did not heal good. I don't like the placement. I think the art is fine. I just should not have gotten on my arm. And so we're gonna get it covered up or removed so I can get something different in that spot, because I just think that this spot is way too visible to have art that I'm not 100% in love with. This is my first tattoo. It's just some red butterflies. And then I have this little lady snake. Originally I was gonna get on the back of my arm, but then I saw the design. I was like, I think I want this in a spot that I can actually see very often. Okay, and the next thing is on the back of my elbow. I have this like abstract work by Heather or Spirit of Soul. I really love the placement on this. I think it's super cool. I forgot to mention that I make jewelry. We're in my studio right now. Let me give you a little laptop camera tour. I saw this design on her website and filled out like a booking form to book, and she accepted the appointment, whatever. And then she emailed me and asked if we could do like a partial trade. So I paid the deposit, and then the rest of the tattoo, I didn't pay for it. We just traded. So I made her a necklace and gave her some earrings. And then I got this piece, and it was the first trade I've actually done. And I felt so honored that another, like an artist that I look up to so much would even want a piece of mine, let alone trade their art for mine. Anyways, that tattoo is very special to me, and I love Heather. Heather, if you're watching, I'm obsessed with you, and I hope you're a millionaire really, really soon. Bye. I had my back done, or started. Ella, so the same person who did my tulip, they ended up moving to Philly, like maybe in the last year or so. And I knew that I wanted them to do my back piece, and I just wanted to give them like pretty much creative freedom. I had like a mood board and like of like art that I like, and then other tattoos that they've done that I like. My first appointment was this past January, and then my second appointment, we're gonna start shading, that's in June. And I think it should be done by the end of the year, but we'll see. I do have like a kind of small back, which I'm grateful for because it's so painful. The back is like no joke. I had to really focus to not freak out because I don't know how to really explain tattoo pain if you don't have one. For the most part, I think any tattoo is manageable for like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the placement. But once it gets past an hour, you're not just like dealing with the needle going into your skin, but you're dealing with wiping a lot, and then also going back over parts that were already tattooed. And so it just progressively gets more painful. When tattoos are really painful for me, I get super tense, and the tenseness is like what is most uncomfortable for me. I literally cannot relax, and so I get super tired. I'm not excited for shading because it's going to be longer than line work. Ella's really fast at tattooing, so we were able to get all the lines done in like 2.5 hours. On the top of my neck, I have another flash piece from Hannah. The neck wasn't that bad. I did lean over the table in kind of a weird way, and that was uncomfortable, but it wasn't terrible. I did forget that I had it for a second though, because literally anything on your back you're not gonna see, which this is like a pro tip. If you want to see your tattoo, don't put it on your back or neck, but I'm serious, you're never gonna think about it and you'll forget probably. My stomach piece is from Ella. It's perfect. I literally could not ask for anything better than it. I think it's so cool, and it's one of my favorite tattoos, genuinely. Also, the pain was bad, definitely. The bottom half below my belly button was pretty bad. It is bad. The line work for your stomach is pretty bad. The shading I could kind of handle, but watch out. That's all I gotta say. Not as bad as my back though. But that was done in 2 sessions. So we did line work and then waited about 6 months and then did the shading. Now going down to my thighs. I don't have a lot of thigh pieces right now. I have Lady in the Moon figure. This is the only like super traditional piece of art that I have, or tattoo that I have. This is also the only tattoo that I got done by a man. I'm gonna talk a little shit. Basically, I dropped out of school, story of my goddamn life, but I had already booked an appointment with this guy and he was in Oklahoma City. I already canceled one time. Once the rescheduled appointments started coming closer, I was like, I don't think I actually want to get this done, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I already canceled on him once. This was like one of my first, probably like 5 big tattoos, so I was just a little girl and I was like, how bad could it be? I think I wanted it originally like on my arm? I don't even remember. I wanted it somewhere different, and then he said that he needed to make it bigger because the design needed, like, it just required it to be bigger. And so I was like, okay, well, let's do my leg. And then he was like, let's do it on your thigh because that piece of your thigh like doesn't really move that much. I agreed to it and I was fine. I was fine with it. I still am. It's just, he blew that shit out. Like, he scarred me really bad. None of my tattoos have scarred except for this one. It's bad. It's really, really scarred. No mercy. And on top of that, I was on my period. And the way he had me laying on the table was like, the table's like this. My legs were over the table and I was laying on my back. And I just felt so uncomfortable. I think he was nice enough, but I did not feel welcome. And I felt really weird after the appointment. Anyways, it's scarred as hell. So going down, I have kind of like symmetrical, like a panther and a tiger on my, like above my knee area. Hannah also did these. They're great. I don't feel like I need to go into like too much detail about them. The pain was not bad. This is my newest tattoo. It's a little cat clock from also Hannah. And this was also part of her flash. I just get a bunch of flash from Hannah. The only custom that I did was the chest piece. It's not even a week old and it hurt really bad. I'm noticing that my legs are really sensitive, and I knew that anyways because like if I get a bug bite on my leg, it swells up super big. Like I just have like a really, they just swell. This tattoo was super swollen. It's still like pretty sensitive to touch. It was pretty painful. Okay, now shins. I have this spider lady on my shin. Willow did this. This is also a part of Willow's flash. I really like it. Willow's faces are super cool, and I really like her shading, so that's good. And then the shin is a good place for it because it doesn't warp the face too much. I have a Kiki mug from Ella. I love Studio Ghibli, so had to get that one. And then I have this lady in a bottle, and I really love this piece. Okay, so on my other leg, I have this shin piece from Pia. So Pia is the same person who did this shoulder piece. And it was also from her flash. She like had an opening one day. Like, hey, I have a last minute opening for tomorrow. And I took it. Pia lives in Houston, and I did drive 5 hours both ways. On my outer leg, I have a little Jolteon tattoo from Hannah. This was my first piece that I got from Hannah. It was also from her flash, and I guess someone didn't claim it, and so I decided to hop in. I played Pokemon a lot when I was a kid. It just reminds me of good times. Okay, and this is my second newest tattoo. You guys, I'm obsessed with this piece. I can't talk about it. Like, I can't talk about it right now. This was another piece of flash that she did, and I like saw it and I needed to have it. It hurt so bad, but we survived. We survived, you guys. And then last but not least, I have this piece from Rachel. It was her first tattoo ever on a person, and I think it's cute. She's definitely gotten a lot better, so I'm gonna get a new piece from her, but I just think it's super special to have her first one ever. That's it. We're done. I've been filming for an hour. Just kidding. I filmed an outro, but it didn't make any sense. So here I am now. Every single video I've ever filmed, I think I have to use the FaceTime camera on my laptop to finish up what I was saying, because I get on tangents and then I'm doing it right now, actually. But that's the video. Tattoos mean a lot to me. Getting tattooed has really helped me just gain confidence. Not even just like physical confidence, but just total confidence. I've talked so much today. I can't do it anymore. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.